Well, hey there, friends. I'm Beth Cannon, and I am so excited that you guys are choosing to take the time today to invest in yourself and to take this Director's Masterclass. So I created this just for you. It's called 3 Secrets to Systems That Will Take You from Chaos to Clarity. So if you've been anything like me, you may have been in this constant cycle of overwhelm or just to-dos and never getting on top of your pile. And so if you are looking for some mad organization and delegation skills, you have landed in the right place. So I promised you guys that if you showed up live, that you would get a bonus. So I'm sending you a bonus, and here it is. So make sure that you grab a pen and paper and jot this down. Go to bethcannonspeaks.com/MC assets. The link's right there. And you are going to be able to download your freebie for today. And what I'm giving you is a worksheet, and it looks just like this. It's called Creating Your Ideal Teacher Avatar. Now, I'm a big believer that you can't do anything unless you get your team on board. So this worksheet is going to help you and your team figure out, what does the ideal teacher look like, act like, and then what does your nightmare hire look like and act like? Then they're going to take those attributes and they're going to come up with A team, B team, and C team. I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about that exercise later, but I want to make sure that you get that to download. And not only that, in that same link, you're going to find a workbook for this specific workshop. So again, make sure that you grab that. It's bethcannonspeaks.com/MC assets. And that'll give you your freebie for today, as well as your workbook. So in this masterclass, I am going to show you how you can make the ultimate shift from struggling to stay ahead and the constant confusion about how you're going to survive through this season. So that's what this exercise is going to be about. I want you guys to get clear. I want you to get confident. And I want you to ask yourself, are you ready to become the faithful, focused, mission-minding, team-building boss that I know that you were created to be? Now, that's a big question. That's a big question. Are you ready to be clear? Because in order to move yourself from point A to point B and eventually point C and D, you've got to have the confidence and the decision-making grit to know that you're going to do everything that it takes to get you to that next place. So I'm so glad that you showed up today. So I want you to be sure, stay with me till the end, because I've got a bonus for you guys. I'm going to introduce to you our new program. It's called Step Strategy Academy. But if you were around in the summertime and you did our Leaders Lounge, you know what a great bonus the Leaders Lounge bundle was, 20 hours of professional development. So I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about that, but stick with me till the end. So I want you to do this for me. Turn off all distractions, right? Put your phone on silent. Turn off distractions so that you can focus, because I'm going to give you 3 secrets that you can use, that you can actually implement today, so that you can start working on this week, so that next week you can start to become that team building boss that you know that you were created to be. So here we go. Make sure that you've printed out your masterclass workbook, 3 Secrets to Systems That Take You from Chaos to Clarity. It was in that link. It's bethcannonspeaks.com/MC assets. And that's where you can find that. So you're going to want to make notes. So make sure you've got a pen. So if you're watching this on the replay, pause it, grab a pen, grab a cup of coffee, whatever you need to be able to focus on moving forward into what we have next. So there's a few reasons that you guys probably showed up today. Number 1, you're intrigued by the idea that you might actually be able to find some systems that work with your brain. I know that was totally freeing for me when I was able to find some systems that I actually would follow and that I could make work. Maybe reason number 2, you're motivated. You're motivated to capitalize on the reset that 2020 has brought, and know this is the time to update your systems. We are never going to have an opportunity like 2020 to do a reset like we've had recently. And finally, maybe it's just because you're nosy and the word secret made you realize that you just had to log on. So I'd love for you to tell me in the comments, which one are you? Are you, number 1, intrigued, number 2, motivated, or number 3, you're really just kind of curious? So whatever the reason you're here, I'm just honored that you would show up to spend some time to learn a few things that I've gathered along the way in all of my years of working with early learning leaders. So whatever your reason, Super glad you're here. Cue the confetti. Let's move on. If you don't know me, my name is Beth Cannon. I've been around this block for quite many years, close to 25 years in the early education space. Before that, I was a classroom teacher. This is my family. My husband, Bryce, and I've been married for 25 years, and those are our kids, Cameron and Cole. And I started Stretch and Grow. That was my first introduction into the early childhood world, right when she was born. And Stretch and Grow is an enrichment program. We're worldwide, and we have 12 territories in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And then I'm also the corporate trainer for Stretch and Grow International. So lots of opportunities to speak, not just from the fitness and health platform, but also from the leadership and staff development platform through Beth Cannon Speaks. So this is what I absolutely do know. I've worked with tens of thousands of early childhood educators. I've worked with thousands of early childhood leaders, directors, probably like you, directors, owners, managers, principals, and hundreds of early childhood entrepreneurs. So what I'm going to teach you today, I know it works. I know it works because I've worked it in my own business and I've trained other people to work it, and it is a system that will work for you. So back to that family. One of the things that they always want to do is go on active vacations, right? So when we vacate, there's no beach, there's no relaxing. We are constantly on the move. And my kids always want to know 3 questions. Where are we going? How long will it take? And what is the view? They want to know if this uphill climb is going to actually give them the money shot so that they can post it on social media. And I always promise them that yes, it absolutely will. So today, this is where I'm going to take you. So this is where you're starting. Right now, you're really under the realization that you're just stuck, right? So we're going to assess your leadership habits, and we're going to create a plan for you to get unstuck. Because if you're here, you probably realize there are some things that need to change so that you can move the needle on your school. Also, you're going to get your team on board. I'm a big believer that you can't do anything alone. You want to be a leader that other people want to follow. And my goal is to help you get there. Also, you're going to implement some free systems that finally get you organized. And then finally, you're going to get the confidence that the right systems and strategies are going to keep you organized and energized. Now, I don't have any big secrets. Everything that I'm going to teach you, you can find it on the internet. You can DIY this entire system, but I'm going to show you the things that are going to actually work, systems that you can put in place ASAP. So here's your first secret. Secret number 1, you must have total clarity about your vision for your school, right? So if you've printed out your workbook, that's going to be one of the very first fill in the blank things is you must have total clarity about your vision and what you want for your school. I train literally, like I said, thousands of preschool directors. And so often when I come into their schools and we sit down and we talk about what your school culture looks like, 9 times out of 10, not even the director or the owner can articulate what the vision is. So if you don't know where you're going, how are you going to lead your team there? I'm super passionate about helping you know the answer to that question. Also, if you are not clear on your values and your vision, there's no way that you can lead your team. How can you lead a group of people with the foundation of your core values being at the helm of everything you do if you can't articulate them? So whether it's turnover or burnout or just an all-over disconnect in your team, nailing down how you want your team to function, how you want them to act is going to drive your daily peace. You know, maybe you're in this job for the money. I'm guessing probably not. You are probably in it because you have a heart and a passion to connect with families. And more than likely, you have a heart and a passion to connect with women. Because if you're in early childhood, 99% of the people that you're leading are females. And so understanding what makes them drive and what makes them tick, you having that daily piece to move the needle for your school is what's really going to make the difference. And also, so important that you give your staff the opportunity to determine what are those behaviors that are going to drive that values-driven culture. So I mentioned to you earlier that you can grab this at bethcannonspeaks.com/MC assets. that is going to be where you'll find this worksheet. And I'm going to encourage you to have a team meeting. And in your next team meeting, sit down with your team and say, guys, let's do this together. What are the things that make us great? And what are the weaknesses that we have that we want to overcome? Then you're going to come up with what are the behaviors of your A team, your B team, and your C team. So at the end of the year, rather than just sitting down and saying, okay, let's have our yearly evaluation where you get, poor, fair, good, or excellent, and that does nothing but waste your time to fill out the form, and it really doesn't necessarily give them any motivation or direction. Chances are it's going to demotivate people who are actually doing a good job because you just feel everybody needs some room for improvement. So I promise you that when you shift to this way of defining the behaviors that you want on your team, and then you ask them, hey, what team are you on? It's going to make such a difference. And I know it because I've used it and I've seen it. And I want to tell you about Crystal. So Crystal is a director that I've worked with. She is up in the Richmond, Virginia area. And she came in with just kind of a mess of different things that she'd been using to train her team. And she was ready to just pull it all together. So what we did is we gave her the framework that I'm going to teach you guys today, that I'm going to be teaching in Step to Strategy. And it was literally a step-by-step process that kind of helped us reset the foundation for where she was going. And she came away with a much more cohesive team that were moving in the same direction, that were moving in alignment, and much less overwhelm and frustration for her. Now, secret number 2, until you can manage your time, you truly can manage nothing else. Now, this one I know for sure, because most of you are probably creative people. You probably have a lot of things going on. Maybe you're multitasking. If you're multitasking, come back to me, okay? Because understanding how to manage your time is going to literally change your life. I spent so many years of my career playing a game of whack-a-mole, just waking up every day, showing up for work and being like, okay, what is the issue that I'm going to have to address today? What are the issues that we're having? And then what happened is because I was so ready to just be the catcher and catch any problems that came about, I was never able to get on top of things. I was constantly forgetting things or never getting to the big projects that I needed to get done because I just didn't understand how to truly manage my time, because I would get to the end of the week and say, what happened to my time? The number one complaint that I hear from directors is that the constant interruptions keep you from doing your job. Constant interruptions. And let me give you a big tip. You have got to find a way to carve out time to where you say the interruptions have got to stop, and you have to be intentional about it. Now, listen, I know your heart. I know you want to serve. I know you don't want to tell your teachers no. My friend Evelyn, who is a childcare business coach, she calls this her fire time, which means don't come get me unless the building is burning down. I call this my push time. And what that means is just my priority, uninterrupted strategy haven. I get in my office, I shut my door, and I do my time blocking. And I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to spend an hour on content creation. I'm going to spend an hour on getting caught up on employee files, or whatever the situation is. I time block my time, and I'm going to teach you how to do that. And it's super simple. Again, you can Google this on the internet, or you can get some accountability. I do have a tool for you though. So if you are in your workbook, you'll see that there's a link. So your workbook that you've printed is actually a clickable link. So when you get into the document on your computer, you can click that link and it'll take you to a spreadsheet. And here's my challenge for you. I want you to print that out, and I want you to track everything that you do for a week, from the time you wake up until the time you go to bed. Every single task that you do, every hour, you're going to stop and you're going to make some notes. And I promise you, when you get to the end of the week, you're going to be really surprised at where you spent your time. And maybe it'll show you where you can carve out some time to be a little more strategic, or to be a little more intentional about what it is that you're doing with your work week. And then Trello. Oh, guys, I cannot tell you, this is the golden goose egg for you. When I found a system that actually worked with my brain, it was Trello. Now, jot it down, make a note. Trello is free. It's on the internet. It's free. It's a project management tool. It is one of the number one project management tools. And it is finally the tool that helped me that works with my brain, right? It's finally the tool to where I could organize all of the information. And it just makes sense to me. It is super user-friendly. And you can also use it for your own personal use, or you can use it to communicate among teams. I do both with my team. I'm going to show you an example of what a Trello board looks like that I've shared with my directors before. So this particular one is just a productivity planner. So you've got your board, and then you've got your lists, and then you've got your cards underneath your lists. So for example, this would be your to-do list. And so you could create a card with all the items that you have to do. And then when you're done, you could drag it to done. This is a list where I might have my director do some things. She can drag it to done. You can create automated lists. You can create recurring task lists. You can plan your events. You can put your leadership assets like your colors and your fonts and your brand voice and your scheduling program and your assets to all of the passwords that you need. So Trello is, like I said, it's both a project management board that you can use for yourself, but it's also a delegation board that you can use for and communicate with your teams. Secret number 3, your staff is not learning because you have not taught them well. Back up, rewind. I want to say that again. Your staff is not learning because you, the director, have not taught them well. Now, this was a real shock to me when I came to this realization. It was many years ago that we had a lot of turnover, a lot of the behaviors that were expected, that were in our manuals, that we talked about in training, that we talked about in orientation, that we modeled, were just not happening. And when I did a deep dive, what I realized is that those manuals that I spent so much time creating and giving examples for weren't even being read. Or if they read them the first time and took a short little quiz, they forgot everything that they learned because we weren't putting them into practice and they didn't understand the why behind certain rules. So you want to know why your teachers aren't following your agenda? It's because you've got way too much information. Here's my challenge for you today. I want you to take a look at, maybe it's an 80-page manual that you have, and figure out, are there rules that you can eliminate? Are there processes that maybe you're outdated that don't make sense anymore? I mean, I know we've all had to update our manuals because of COVID, but maybe we can look back at some things and say, how can I take out this information? Because it's really not serving a purpose, and all it's really doing is wasting time, and it doesn't mean anything to them. So I'm going to encourage you to ditch your paper manuals and go with digitizing your content, digitizing your onboarding process. Ditch the paper manual because no one ever reads it, guys. No one ever reads it. You want a system that your people are going to love to learn. You also want to create a streamlined onboarding orientation experience that gives the new team members clear expectations to set them up for success in your school, and one that frees you up to learn through systems that don't require constant attention. So anything that you can do to keep your brain free is king. So I want to talk to you about one of my favorite things to do to get things out of my brain, and that is have a Post-it party. I have done this for years. A lot of the teachers that I follow recommend this as well. So when you're looking at, let's say, for example, your orientation system, I want you to get some Post-its and just, turn on some fun music and then just write out every single step that is in the process of your orientation, and then put that up on the wall and then organize that and figure out, like, what is the actual process that it takes to maybe to get hired, or maybe to get through training, or what are all the parts and pieces that your team has to do. And I think once you get all of that out of your brain and then you can organize it in a way that makes sense to you, you're going to realize you need to really work on a system that's going to work for your team. It's so important that you conquer the chaos, so that you can move forward, that you can free yourself up from all these administrative tasks that are wearing you down, and turn your team's talent into some performance. So I want to share with you about my friend Renee. So Renee is also a director. She's in the Lubbock, Texas area. And she went through quite a big expansion not long ago. And what she realized is that her onboarding system was an absolute mess and it needed to be simplified. So we started out with Post-it notes. We broke down every system and process, and it really allowed her team to really understand her brand and how passionate she was about her values. And what that in turn did was make her team passionate. And so the result is that she had significant decrease in turnover. And the most important thing is that she had so much joy in leading her team. And you and I both know, as early childhood directors, that's what drives us. It's the joy that leading our team is going to bring us. So I want to ask you the question, why is now the best time to implement improvements? Like I said, 2020 has brought us a lot of craziness. For example, this was a super fun thing to learn from Twitter. And I asked my Facebook group, if 2020 had a theme song, what would it be? And, we got all kinds of fun comments from the feedback. Maybe Eye of the Tiger, depending on what you watched during quarantine. But the number one song was "It's the End of the World as We Know It" by REM. Other ones that were in there were Another One Bites the Dust, another one, Wrecking Ball, and then, Please Don't Stand So Close to Me by The Police. So lots of crazy, crazy things have happened. But one of the coolest things is that you're never going to have another time to reset and realign and restart everything that you have going forward. And I would love to help you level up your leadership and exit the overwhelm. So I want to talk to you about a new signature program that we have. It's called Stuck to Strategy Academy. Now, it is not just another Zoom training. It's not you're going to hop on Zoom and you're going to watch training after training after training with no interaction. It is an implementation program, meaning that you are going to learn and you are going to implement inside of a community of super engaged owners and directors, and you are going to get strategies and systems and, more importantly, support, right? So it's a guided experience. You're going to have 8 weeks of implementation. You are going to have different modules broken down. I'm going to show you what that looks like. But each week you'll have an opportunity to kind of consume that content. And then we'll come back for office hours and we'll interact and we'll engage, and you'll get your hand held all the way through this 8-week process where you really and truly are going to transform not just your school and your back-end office, but really kind of transform the way that you do work. And I promise you, I've done it. It works. It's going to bring you so much joy, just like it brought me. So let's talk about who it's for. So if you're an early childhood leader who survived the dismantling of your business or ministry, and you're determined to come back with more clarity and confidence around your purpose, your process, and your policies, this might be for you. Also, maybe you're a church or preschool ministry leader and you've been battling your board for every single decision, yet knowing in your heart you are called to build your program and your team that's going to match your dream. Or maybe you're an owner of a preschool fighting to feel joy in building your dream, and the day-to-day grind has just beaten you down. Or maybe you're a director or a manager of a childcare center and you just are craving that consistency, and you wish you had the tools to train your team to align with the mission so that you could stop the cycle of overwhelm, right? Whatever it is, I'm so glad that you're here. So I wanted to break down to you the 3 core modules of Stuck to Strategy. So you're going to get lifetime access to all of the training videos. You're going to get tools for productivity and automation. You're going to get templates and worksheets to simplify your learning and an implementation process. Again, you're not just getting information. We're going to walk you through this step by step of the way every single week. So this alone is a total value of $897. So not even coming close to that's what the cost of this program is. But here's a bit of what you get. First, your purpose. So the first module, we're going to start on October 5th. So the doors are open now and they're going to close October 3rd, right? So starting October 5th, you'll get your first module, and that is purpose. So professional leadership framework to help you understand the good and the gaps of your leadership style. So we're going to really get to the nitty gritty of who you are, how you work, how you perceive yourself as a leader, and how your team perceives you as a leader. Then the 1-hour masterclass. Now, it's so important, like I said, for your team to be on board. So it's Columbus Day here in the US. It's October 12th. We are going to do a live masterclass, and you're going to be able to take that. You're going to be able to invite your team to that. And of course, you can share it recorded if that date doesn't work for you, but you've got to get your team on board. So this is going to be a 1-hour training for your team. They'll get 2 hours worth of credit. If you're part of Stuck to Strategy, they'll get 2 hours of credit for staff development. And it's really going to help them understand the process that you as the leader are going through and how they can support you as well. And it's going to give you clarity around your culture and your vision. That's the purpose. Next, the processes. This is where you're going to actually implement tools to automate those repetitive tasks. You're going to learn to prioritize and plan your time, and you're going to understand how to manage your expectations without micromanaging your team. And then finally, commit to a system that limits distractions and overwhelm. Okay, that's the processes. Then the policies. Guys, this is going to come a little sooner because this is the implementation process that's going to take you some time. You're going to have templates and tools to digitize your onboarding and orientation that's going to be free to lead you up. Now, I mean, ditch the paper manual. Take all of your policies, all of your procedures, pull them out of paper, put them on beautiful slide decks. So we're going to give you templates to do that. We also have an option to where you can use one of our VAs, which is a virtual assistant, to go in and actually do a done for you. But your training on intentional learning design is going to be so important because you need to know the processes of adult learning and what is going to make this learning stick for your team. So right now, the doors are open. So from today through October 3rd, you can join at BethCannonspeaks.com/stuck-to-strategy. And you can go and you can check out that page right now, and it will give you everything that you need to know about what this program is all about. So here's what you're going to put into action. Like I said, you are going to set up systems that are going to save your sanity. You're going to ditch that paper manual that no one ever reads and digitize your operations manual. You'll create streamlined onboarding orientation experiences that give your team very clear expectations. And then, of course, I think one of the more important things is you're going to motivate and develop your team in a way that makes them want to take personal responsibility. And, of course, what you're going to overcome. Wondering if those tasks that you delegated will ever actually get done. Taking charge over your schedule instead of your schedule taking charge of you, right? Battling burnout and dreading each new day and the drama it might bring. And then, of course, the constant frustration with your own inability to finally get organized. So if you have any questions, I want you to drop them in the comments. I'll be popping in and checking what you guys are asking. And of course, feel free to email me at beth@bethcannonspeaks.com. I am here for you guys. So once again, the All-Inclusive Academy assets are this. You've got our signature transformation toolbox, a step-by-step hiring, training, and retaining system, staff evaluation framework, and next level business leadership. But here is the big news, all of those bonuses. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm a girl that really likes bonuses. Like if I can get something on sale, if I can get a promo code, if I can get extra added value, that's going to make me feel much better. So the bonuses that you guys are going to get from this are the live master training class for your teachers. Like I said, that's going to happen on October 12th. You'll also have the video to show them later. That date doesn't work for you. You're going to get a slide deck bonus bundle. Now, this bonus is only available until September 28th. So make sure that you grab this before September 28th if you want to get that slide deck bundle. That's what you're going to use to put your paper manual into the slides for your staff. Your Trello boards, lots of Trello boards for processes and project management. Then 8 weeks of live Q&A support with me, not just me, but with the community directors. I know we already have a few directors who are so excited about jumping into this program, and these are legit bosses. And I know that they are going to make such great additions to this program. And then, of course, your contract templates for your employee onboarding. So we've used an attorney to create these contracts and these agreements, and they're going to be a big help when you communicate your expectations to your team. So lots of bonuses. Again, the website is BethCannonspeaks.com/stuck-to-strategy. And we've got 2 bundles. So 2 ways that you can do this if you decide to do Stuck to Strategy Academy with me. The first is the boss bundle. So you and then any admin staff at your school will get 10 hours of professional development. And then your teachers are going to get 2 hours each. Okay. So depending on how many people you have on your level, you do get credit because you are doing some professional development and leadership. I'm a registered trainer, and I'm more than happy to get you guys certificates for the work that you're doing on your school. Also, all those amazing bonuses. Guys, total of just the bonuses, $2,385. Then the entire Stuck to Strategy Academy system, and then 8 weeks of community support. Then we also have an elite experience. It's everything in the boss bundle, plus you get a done-for-you conversion of your employee manual. This is the part where I said our virtual assistant comes in, takes your manual, and helps to make it live for you, and helps to put it in those slide decks. So it's a complete done-for-you package. It's a $497 value. And also, as the year goes on, and it will, your team may perhaps get burnt out, maybe in the spring on that spring sprint. We've got a 3-hour live premium course. It's on our website, bethcannonspeaks.com. It's called Breaking Burnout. It's part of our team building in a box. So you'll get a free training for up to 20 teachers. It's $37 normally. So you'll get that as well. So this is the cost of the program, the investment of the program. So your bundles, you've got your boss bundle, which is $3,282 in assets. It's going to cost just $497 per school. And then you can also do that in 2 payments of $257. Or if you want the elite experience, which is the done for you, where you have a virtual assistant come in and do a lot of that administrative work for you, that is going to be $897 per school, or 2 payments of $467. So super valuable, super affordable. And I promise you, I will make it absolutely worth your investment. But wait, I mentioned to you guys earlier, there is a bonus. Now, for those of you who are watching, who were a part of the Leaders Lounge, who chose to get that VIP vault, you know how awesome all those presenters are. There are 20 hours of professional development that you can be obtained anytime or anywhere. You have lifetime access to those videos. So there are 20 different courses. They're 1-hour courses, anything on business leadership, finances, branding, social media, how to use Canva, trauma-informed training, how to spur creativity in children, leadership, so much valuable information. You get that for free. And there's $2,000 worth of bonuses as well, but that's your fast action bonus. So you have to grab that today and make sure that you go on, that you place your order, and we'll make sure to add that to your account once we get started on October 5th. So that is a great fast action bonus. So make sure you grab it. So you guys have got a couple of options here. The first one, you can stick with what you're doing. You can spend all your time downloading the freebies, searching the internet. Like I said, everything I'm going to teach you, you can figure out. You can find those things. But what you risk is being in this exact same place where you've been every single fall, to where you're overwhelmed and you just can't seem to move the needle. Or you can 100% commit to joining a community, have a proven strategy, and you'll level up your leadership moving into the new year. So I hope you choose option 2. But this is a big deal because I believe in this so much. I'm going to give you a money back guarantee, right? So you've got a risk-free guarantee for 7 days. So I believe the benefits are so worthy that we've got a try it, test it, and apply it money back promise. So let's say you work through this program in the first week and you just decide it's not for you. If you do the work and you're still not satisfied, you show me your work, and within 7 days of it enrolling, I will gladly give you back your money. Like I said, I have trained literally thousands of directors, hundreds of early childhood entrepreneurs and business owners. I know these systems work. They work for me, and I know they'll work for you too. And that's why I have no problem saying, you know what, if you don't think it's for you, you can have your money back after that first week. So again, here is what you get. So you've got all of those awesome bonuses: the masterclass, the slide deck bundle, the Trello boards, the live support, the contract templates. You've got all of that coming for you. So it is an 8-week exclusive program, and the doors are open now through October 3rd. So I am here to answer any of your questions. Like I said, my email is beth@bethcannonspeaks.com. I will be more than happy to get back with you guys anytime that I can. But the doors are now open and they close October 3rd. So we're not going to do this again until 2021. So if you feel like that this is the time to do this program, I'm going to invite you and encourage you to go ahead and make that commitment. October is a great time. We strategically picked this time frame because things have slowed down a little bit from the start of school. If you're back in school and you're not virtual, but if you know you're back in school and you're starting to see the difference in how teachers are acting now, there's been a change in human behavior. We're going to finish this program right after Thanksgiving. So we'll have 8 weeks of work. We'll take off the week of Thanksgiving. We'll end that last week in November. And then you'll have December to do your holidays, to relax. And then you'll kind of have that time to yourself before the new year comes to really implement and massage it and figure out what parts are working for you and what needs to change going forward into your school. So there's a few reasons why you're here. And you know what they are, but this is what you know. You showed up today, even though you were super busy, because something resonated with you. Something that you saw in an email, something that you saw on Facebook or on social media resonated with you, and you know it's time to change. Or maybe you're thinking, you don't have the time to devote to this right now because you're already feeling overwhelmed. Well, guess what? You're feeling overwhelmed because you don't have systems in place to help you exit the overwhelm. And that is what I hope to be able to do with you through Stuck to Strategy Academy. And that's exactly why this is for you. So it's going to give you the tools and the tips and the tricks to support you and guide you on your transformational journey to really becoming that faithful, focused, mission-minded, team-building boss that you know that you were created to be. So remember, if you order it today, you get your fast action bonus. This is going to go away tonight. So make sure if you're interested in this, you grab it. It's 20 hours, and that's 20 additional hours of professional development plus all of those bonuses. Now, if you were one of my OGs and you did the Leaders Lounge and you bought the VIP Vault, guess what? I have got a promo code for you. So shoot me an email, Beth@BethCannonspeaks.com. I've got a promo code for you for $100 off either package, either the Boss Bundle or the Elite Experience. So once again, the cost per school is $497, and that's over $3,000 in assets, or $897 if you want the Elite Experience, the done for you option. You can upgrade to the Elite Experience after week 2. But if you're going to do the Elite Experience, we're going to need to know, because we're going to have to communicate with our VA team and make sure that they can get on board and that they've got the manpower to be able to help you walk through this experience. So get started today. Stuck to Strategy Academy. You go to BethCannonspeaks.com/Stuck to Strategy. Like I said, I'm here for you. I want you to email me, shoot me a direct message, let me know on Facebook any questions that you guys have. We would love to have you join us. Now, I want to read through a few of the comments or a few of the questions that we had in our live masterclass earlier. So let me read those to you guys. So here we go. The first question is this. Okay, this is from Georgia, and she wants to know how much time is it going to take each week? Okay, so that's going to depend on, number one, how efficient you are, number one, how much time you have. I'm going to suggest if you set aside maybe 3 to 5 hours, and that's max. So each week we'll release a module. So you're not going to get the whole course all at once. I'm going to drip it to you. So you're going to get it spoon-fed to you. You'll have a video to watch. You can watch that at any time. And then you'll have some PDFs. We'll have a PDF strategy to support everything that you're learning. And then you're going to have some implementations and things that you'll do throughout that week. And then we'll have office hours. So one of the other questions was, well, when are we going to have the office hours? Well, that's going to depend on you guys. That's going to depend on who enrolls. So once you enroll, you'll get an email immediately, and it'll ask you to fill out a form that'll let me know what are the best times for you to do office hours. So I'll be coming in, answering questions, helping you guys, guide you along every single step of the way. Another question is there a money back guarantee? As I mentioned, yes, 7 days, risk-free. So you show me that you are willing to put in the work, and if it's just not for you, I will be more than happy to give you your money back. I am so confident that these systems will work because I've used them. I've taught it. I've been working on this system for well over 5 years, and I know that it is a system that works. So we've got that risk-free guarantee. Okay, the next question is, what happens if we skip a week? Guess what? You have lifetime access to all of those videos. So if you skip a week, you've missed office hours, we'll record the office hours always, so you can always go back and watch them, but you'll have everything in your course portal that you'll get a link to access to once you join the Stuck to Strategy Academy. So those are some of the questions that we have. Again, any other questions, when you go to the BethCannonspeaks.com/Stuck to Strategy, there are some FAQs down there. All of the information that you need, everything that we're going to be going through is all there for you. But remember, the doors are now open and they close October 3rd at midnight. That's a Friday. And we will not open the doors again until 2021. So this is your opportunity to get on this ground floor. It will never be this inexpensive. We will never have all of these bonuses for you guys. So again, over $3,000 for just $497 a school. And that includes, if you buy today, that includes not only the 10 hours of professional development you're going to get working through Stuck to Strategy Academy, but that additional 20 hours of bonus courses that you're going to get in the VIP vault. Plus, you've got this 2-hour course for your team. All of that for $497, or you can, of course, upgrade to the Elite, which is $897, and that'll get a VA to help walk you through and do a lot of that nitty-gritty paperwork for you guys when you're getting your manual out of your dinosaur notebook onto a screen, so that your team can interact with it and that learning can actually stick. So thank you for joining me, guys. Again, I'm going to show you this final slide here. Get started today. Join us at BethCannonspeaks.com/stuck-to-strategy, and I will see you on the other side. Thank you, and God bless you.